Okay, I was initially gonna wait till the next patch drops before I even thought about starting a video like this, but where's the fun in that, eh? During the past few days, Zenless has started to drop their marketing videos for the next major patch in their story, version 1.7. As of the time of this recording, we got the usual livestream, the teaser trailer.
I thought you were dead.
My death was greatly exaggerated.
An Xbox announcement, which, fair enough, I do use an Xbox controller, and a dev stream, which talks about some upcoming tidbits the development team has in store for us, as well as some quality of life adjustments. I just want to say before I carry on, this dev talk reveals some really exciting elements. I'm really looking forward to Suibin Temple and Aerospace City, and off-field sub-DPS characters are getting a buff. Hell yeah. Give it a watch real quick, it's worth it. It is also this dev talk video which kicks off the conversation we're about to have today. In it, the presenter says that after completing some sort of training at Suibin Temple, the proxy siblings no longer need to return to the video store to access the hollows through the HDD system, and that they can go straight into the hollows and fight directly. Now, depending who you are, you can take this sentence in one of two ways. You can think of it as having to skip going back to the store, as the early patches required you to, and the game doing something similar to what it did during the Sons of Caledon arc, when we had a portable version of the HDD in the back of our van. Or the most likely path, which is skipping the store, HDD, Eous, and Fairy altogether, and going headfirst directly to the hollows from now on like a cave diver. This isn't anything new. We personally explore the hollows without having to connect to Eous throughout version 1.6. Also, the teaser has some scenes which suggest that this will indeed continue into the next patch and presumably beyond. But the major problem is now, what are we? The thing that separated Belle and Wise in the beginning of Zenless from the other main characters in all the other Hoya games is that they were non-playable. The whole premise of Pathan was that we were anonymous, hidden away from the world and doing our proxy deeds through Eous to keep our identity secret. Nobody else had what we had. Human to Bangbu sync technology. Nobody else had Fairy, the most powerful AI in New Eridu, enhancing our remote capabilities within the Hollow. Nobody else had the HDD, the powerful system that brought all these together. Moving away from these is like throwing Pathan away. Of course, people on Reddit were up in arms when this was revealed. There is a silver lining though. We know for a fact that Fairy won't go anywhere because she's just too integral to the story. She'll go on to be that occasional sassy magical voice inside our head, guiding us throughout the hollows. Emphasis on occasional actually, we didn't get much of her in 1.6 either. But where does this leave Eous? Concerningly, I found that he isn't even charging in our room anymore since God knows when. Where is he, Hoya? Just like Fairy, he's too important, not to mention loved by the community to be going anywhere, but due to this, his role will be not so subtly diminished from here on out. We'll get side events surrounding him, like Bangbu Fall Guys every so often to keep him in the spotlight, but his primary purpose within the main story will just be near non-existent. Concerningly, he also does not appear at all in the Season 2 preview PV. You're telling me Stan Lee can make a cameo appearance in the trailer but not the supposed face of the franchise? I read a comment somewhere suggesting that getting rid of the need to go back to the HDD, along with the diminished responsibilities of both Eous and Fairy, is the final nail in the coffin for TV mode. The devs' way of killing it off for good, and I guess it makes sense. They're finally giving it the old Yeller treatment. I hope you guys are happy. Now, I know what a few of you are gonna say. How it's probably going to go from here is one sibling enters the Hollow in person whilst the other sibling stays at the HDD and communicates with the Hollow sibling via Eous. This is valid and all, but if Eous is there, why does the sibling even need to be in there? It just places the sibling in an unnecessarily dangerous situation, which, may I remind you, the benefit of the Pathan persona was to avoid this, and creates both a burden and a conflict of interest for the agents accompanying them. I touch on this subject a bit in more detail in another video that I made, so if you want to hear my expansion on that, check that one out. Speaking of the siblings, they just weren't built for this, man. Yes, they got their ether aptitude levels fixed by the mayor of all people, but that doesn't change the fact that they're still unfit as fuck. They made this abundantly clear in the beginning of chapter 5 when the protagonist almost passes out during a 100-meter sprint. I swear to god, if whatever training they get in Suiban Temple suddenly enables them to miraculously fight for themselves in the Hollow, I'm going to lose my shit. Playable Pathans? Nah, stay right where you are behind the monitor, little bro. As the patches go by, it pains me to see ZZZ slowly strip away everything that once made it stand out in the first place. Sure, it's what the players want, and it's still arguably the most enjoyable gacha experience out of the Poyo Big 3 right now, but it still sucks to see. It seems that the price of progression and player satisfaction is character and identity. I've played these games before. I get invested in a game because of its charm. It starts off great, with a banger of an experience and an enjoyable story in the beginning. I spend a few bucks pledging never to leave and play it till the end, only to watch it slowly descend into mediocrity due to improvements. Things like power creep kick in, questionable decisions are made, and eventually I either lose interest completely or trail off because it no longer possesses the charm it once had. Zenless is rapidly reaching its 1-year anniversary soon, and judging by the exciting things hinted in the Season 2 trailer, there is no better time to be invested in the game as of right now. New characters galore, new stories, new region, new possibilities, anything is possible. Let's just hope they keep that momentum going, because if history has taught us anything, things start to get a little shaky after the first year or so in the Hoyo gacha space, and I'd hate to see Zenless fall into that curse too. What do you guys think of the direction Zenless is going? Let's hear it. Sound off in the comments below. If you liked the video, consider leaving a like, and if you wish to see more, hit the sub button. My last video hit over 10k views, which was unexpected, so thank you to all those who watched it. Even though I embarrassingly put Ravencroft instead of Ravenlock in the thumbnail and no one pointed it out. Actually no, there was that one guy who did, but it was buried in the comments. I aim to bring you guys more interesting topics like this in the near future, so stay tuned. I've been HigeXP, over and out.